want you to start off today by doing something incredibly simple. If it's in your hand or maybe sitting in your pocket right now, just feel the physical weight of your smartphone. I want you to think about how naturally, almost completely without thinking, your fingers unlock that screen. It's literally an automatic reflex at this point, isn't it? Well, today, we're exploring a totally fascinating and honestly incredibly relevant piece of psychological analysis on what this exact reflex is actually doing to our minds, and, more importantly, how we can build real, personal Stoic strength to overcome it. So, why do we check? Honestly, I want you to ask yourself, how many times today have you checked your screen for a specific name? Or maybe a particular like on a post, or a message you've been waiting for? Let's just be completely honest with ourselves here. We aren't doing this because we're on some hunt for vital, life-saving information. We're not checking the weather. We're not checking the news. We're actually searching for something much, much deeper. And here's the harsh truth. We check to know we still matter. Just let that sink in for a second. This constant, compulsive checking, it's not about staying connected. It's actually a desperate, underlying need for external validation. It's basically a digital symptom of an internal vulnerability. We are, essentially, asking a glowing piece of glass to confirm our own worth. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the texting anxiety spiral. This is a real-life trap where our emotional stability just gets completely hijacked. Imagine this. You send a text. It's a good text, thoughtful, maybe even a little vulnerable. An hour passes, nothing. Then 3 hours pass. And then you happen to see they're active online, yet your conversation remains completely untouched. At the 3-hour mark, that's when the spiral begins. Fun fact for you, your brain is actually experiencing a minor dopamine crash right here. You can literally feel your chest tightening, right? You open the chat, you reread your own message 5 times, analyzing every single syllable. You start thinking, was I too eager? And then, boom, the trap snaps shut. You begin drafting a follow-up text. A casual joke, maybe a quick question, anything just to prompt a response. But here is the truth about that seemingly harmless double text. The very moment you send that second message to ease your anxiety, you're no longer communicating. You are begging for reassurance. You've basically taken your internal peace of mind, handed it over on a silver platter, and made their response the absolute dictator of your emotional state. You've completely surrendered your Stoic strength to an external factor you can't even control. Which brings us to Section 2, demanding emotional regulation. Imagine walking into a room where your partner is sitting, and their energy is just cold. They're distant, just staring at their phone. Immediately, your unconscious mind goes into absolute overdrive, translating their silence not as fatigue or distraction, but as a direct threat to you. So you ask if they're okay, and they give you the standard, yeah, I'm fine, but you don't believe them. So 10 minutes later, you ask this famous question, are you sure you're not mad at me? We do this because we cannot handle the temporary discomfort of their bad mood. We desperately need them to validate that we are safe in the relationship. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive disconnect between our intentions and our actions. You believe you're being this incredibly empathetic person. You think you're being a great partner by checking in, but what you're actually doing is demanding that they change their emotional state just to make you feel comfortable. You're using them as an emotional regulator because, in that moment, you lack the personal Stoic strength to just sit with the tension. The consequence of this? It's severe. This constant, relentless demand for emotional validation is absolutely exhausting for the other person. Over time, it definitely doesn't build closeness. It slowly and quietly erodes the magnetic attraction and respect in any relationship. So how do we fix this? How do we reclaim our emotional independence? Section 3, the identity pivot. This is a fundamental shift in how we view ourselves. Let's be clear. Validation is a drug of diminishing returns. The more you ask for it, the less weight it actually holds when someone finally gives it to you. When you constantly seek reassurance, you're loudly projecting a lack of identity. You are broadcasting to the world, I do not know who I am or what I am worth until you tell me. The counter to this is cultivating true presence. And true presence, the kind that creates deep, genuine attraction and respect, is built entirely on internal stability. It's the Stoic ability to sit right in the middle of a quiet, uncomfortable space of uncertainty without frantically needing to fix it or force a resolution. Let's compare these two realities. Instead of falling into the validation trap where you panic and wait for a text to dictate your mood, you embrace the Stoic pivot. When they don't text back immediately, you don't panic. You simply return to your work, your hobbies, your actual life. When your partner is distant, you give them the dignity of their silence instead of making their mood all about you. So, the crucial point is, how do we actually put this into practice? Welcome to Section 4, Building Personal Stoic Strength Through a Few Actionable Steps. The very next time you feel that visceral, tight-chested urge to double text, to ask for reassurance, or to seek approval, I want you to follow these 3 steps. Number 1, pause. Interrupt the reflex. Number 2, put the phone down. Physically separate yourself from the device. Yes, I know, terrifying, but do it. And number 3, the hardest part, let the silence exist. Do not try to fill it. Stepping out of the trap requires real discipline. If a partner or a friend pulls away, you must allow that empty space to exist. Do not chase them. Do not rush to fill the void with your own anxiety. By stepping back, you actually allow them to feel the empty space your absence creates, which, honestly, is a far more powerful communicator than a desperate follow-up text. To build true Stoic strength, you've got to adopt this mindset. Remain an unshakable anchor in the room. When the emotional weather around you gets chaotic, whether it's digital silence or a moody partner, your job isn't to control the weather. Your job is to be the anchor. You build a presence that commands respect simply through your calm stability. And this beautifully sets up the ultimate challenge. I want to leave you with this question to really chew on. Who are you when the screen goes dark? When there are notifications, no texts, and no external voices telling you that you matter? Who are you? Thank you so much for exploring this explainer with me today. If you want to continue walking this path of self-mastery and deep learning, make sure to subscribe. Until next time, stay grounded.